Oh, yeah. Welcome back to the MikiDz Podcast, episode 57.
57, baby.
We are... How you guys feeling, man? I'm feeling good.
You know what? Basketball's back. Baseball's back. It's starting to feel a little normal. A little weird, but a little normal.
Nah, not even close to normal.
No?
At least we're getting a version of it. I'd rather have a version of it than nothing.
Yeah, no, we'll take the version for sure. But, like, I mean, we're watching these guys run practice, you know, essentially.
Why does the NBA just throw a crowd noise in the background like baseball?
They do.
They do.
I can't hear it.
People zoom in.
Yeah, people zoom in. If you see the screen, you can see, like, people's faces. They positioned it where people who, like, zoom in or whatever, they have them sitting in chairs, so it makes it look like they're creating an optical illusion, like there's a live audience. Wow. And then they're throwing in the feed of the crowd noise and cheering and stuff like that. So it's there. So they try to make
same
it
corny songs that they play. You know, the score.
Yeah, make it feel
I did notice that they allow the music to play longer than usual. Right. You know, when you're in the stadium, they only usually let it play like during timeouts or you know, fast
Well, when the home team has the ball, they play music.
Yeah, they play it. But now, like I'm noticing, like they letting songs ride, like whole songs are playing. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, they letting this play. That's dope. I thought that was dope at least for the players.
They probably cheer for both sides. Everybody gets a crowd.
Yeah,
feels more like maybe college neutral environment. But hey, at least we got it.
Yeah, it's a nice little background noise while working on music or just washing the dishes or whatever.
Dodgers baseball, huh?
Yeah, man. You know, it's nice to see the boys back. It's nice to see.
Is the game over right now?
I don't. Did they play today?
Yeah, they did play.
Joseph, our Dodgers correspondent here.
Yeah, baseball correspondent in attendance, full effect.
That's right.
Yeah.
Swept the damn cheaters.
We can get into all that later when if people ever make it that far into the podcast.
They'll make it.
Yeah,
I have confidence.
For sure.
Just feeling good. But just in case you didn't know, they did sell seats at Dodger Stadium.
To the cardboards.
The cardboards.
Is it $150 a pop or something?
I don't know how much it is, but I know that if the ball hits your cardboard, you get to keep the ball.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's dope.
So maybe it's kind of worth it. Ain't show face on the stream or broadcast.
Yeah, that might be just for the hell of it.
Do you think they could get all of our three faces in one cardboard? Can we get like a MikiDz?
Well, maybe we can have them seat us next to each other. 5 and 6.
5 and 6.
Yeah.
We'll take a whole row.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, Chainsmokers.
Yep. Now, I wonder, they didn't say how much Chainsmokers got, right?
Explain the situation for our listeners.
Yeah, so for those that have been living under a rock, the Chainsmokers did a fundraising concert, and the opening DJ was a CEO of Goldman Sachs, and it was basically $25K a parking spot. Jesus. So I guess load up the car with as many people as you can, go park, and it witnessed this thing, and people eventually got out of the car, and then it was caught on a video that they were all, like, it just became a concert of people bunched up together. They said it was the manager's friends and family that were all hanging around each other. It wasn't like random people. So
he's got a lot of friends.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I mean, what was it like? I don't know. It was like 50. It looked like 50 people that were like, whatever. But
large gatherings.
But yeah, I mean, it's dumb. You gotta, when you're dealing with those group of people. Let's break it down in politics. When you're dealing with the privileged people, they think they're invisible. They think they can't be touched. They think they're not going to be affected by what's going on. They're going to think, I'm outside. Let's all huddle around each other. It's all good. But it's just not smart.
I mean, can you blame them when they're used to not getting reprimanded by their actions or anything like that?
No, I can't. That's their way of life.
Exactly.
That's the way of living.
Did they sell more for like trucks or SUVs?
It's a good question. I don't know. It seems like it was just a spot.
SUV market.
You know, like when you go to a parking spot, it's like $10 for cars. You got SUV, it's $15.
Yeah, because what if you get behind some Napoleon complex dude who's got a Silverado lifted on fucking 30s and you can't see shit.
This is the Hamptons, not Pacoima. Relax.
And you can't see shit because this asshole has a little boy Tonka trunk fucking...
No, man.
Park his shit in the back.
Ain't no minorities pulled up to that one. We would have came out with 20 people out of that truck.
Right, man. That's what I'm saying. You limited it to the amount of people you can have in your car. And
I can already see a Hollywood promoter being like, yo, $20 a spot.
Right. Bring a fucking whole party bus in that bitch.
Well, what happens if what happens if you get Drake out there? You think Drake can easily do 25K a spot? You think?
I mean, the Chainsmokers.
Do you think there'll be a mixed crowd? Because it seems like there was just a lot of white people in there. But do you think you'd be more of a? You think
if Drake was out there?
You think you get
absolutely.
I don't know, just a whole range of people.
Absolutely. Just off of clout, just to say you were there, people were going to spend that racks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What? 50K for 2 people to come?
I'd imagine you'd have drug dealers pull up in trucks and you'd have a whole bottle service thing set up in the back of the bed, in the bed of the truck.
Nah, you can't do that. That's saying yes to drinking and driving. They're not going to do that.
Well, doesn't mean the driver has to drive. Let's say we all pulled up. Joe, you're driving.
Yo, for 50K, they better send me a AAA guy to drive me home. To pull me home.
Need a chauffeur.
No. I'll drive. We all chill in the back.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, we got the mixers. We got, what do you guys want to drink? Casamigos? What we doing?
Closet Azul.
Okay, Azul.
If we're going to spend 50K.
I need Hennessy.
Hennessy.
I need 1942.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, give me some.
I think 1942's out. What's the go-to after that?
There is a drought in 1942.
Yeah.
Is there?
There's a drought.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn. I need to go back to the liquor store and get another bottle or two. If I know that.
If you find it.
But I'm saying that'd be a nice little setup for us, and we watch Drake do his thing.
From how far?
We all pitch in. We all doing that, putting our credit cards in the tab.
50K to see Drake? No,
They'll let you swipe the
10K each?
I'm
What
good.
we for?
I'm good.
We need more than that.
They'll let us swipe the EDD card or no?
Yeah. Mountain Views.
Put it on the Mac Park tab.
Yeah, that's a good write-off for
Put it on
Mac
Mac Park tab.
Oh, what?
Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
Just out here just agreeing anything, you know?
Just say yeah.
Just say yeah.
So speaking of Drake, I don't know if you guys saw, shout out to Shirley Jew. She is a good friend of DJcity.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote up in an article about what if Drake were to go independent. And because Steve Stout was on some panel, I believe, and him and Russ were going back and forth talking about the importance of being independent and, you know, how things can change. So basically the conversation was, what if Drake went independent? And they, to the extreme, said the whole record label would take a shit. The whole industry would take a dump because, now I think it's a little extreme, but because artists will be able to see that it's possible to make it happen on your own, even though independence been continues to be a bigger thing. And it's probably been like that since the mid 2000s, maybe. But it seems like we'd have a whole different landscape. What do you guys think?
I mean, it's easy to say when you have a big artist like Drake. Drake can go independent tomorrow and he's going to be fine. He's probably going to make more money than what he's making now.
The Kanyes, the Drakes, the Chainsmokers.
100%. 100%. Like those, they've already established themselves as artists. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier for them to be like, yo, fuck it, I'm gonna go independent.
Right.
You know what I mean? As opposed to doing what someone like Russ did and came up independent. You know what I mean? Or some of these like local guys who had to build their own fan base to a certain sense and trying to be like, fuck that, I'm gonna collect all royalties, as opposed to using someone to, you know, help create that fan base, you know, get that distribution deal and, you know, be able to get their hands on certain ties that they wouldn't originally had on their own.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if Drake decided I'm going to go independent tomorrow, I think that would encourage a lot of these big name artists to go independent, and that would definitely fuck up the labels, you know, on the corporate side of it.
Right.
I believe that absolutely 100%.
Right.
Mickey, what do you think?
I mean, I think Russ has proven it. As long as your ego doesn't get affected by the numbers, because that's really where you might take a hit, if you will, because your team isn't going to be as big. But like anything else in life, if you invest into it, like there's going to be a higher risk, obviously.
Yeah.
But higher risk, higher reward.
Yeah.
So you got to pay for it. The benefit of having a label, I would assume, not that I'm an artist or I've been an artist or know what the dealings are with labels, but is because they're, for the most part, you're going to get to do a lot of your shit on their dime. And you're paying them back for that. And that's the benefit. You never have to go into your pocket. You could just spend your money and not have to worry about it and spend their money for your work, right? And so that's like the benefit side of it, along with the team that comes with it, right? There's like the marketing team, the guys that are pushing into the stations. There's just so many different like levels to it, and I think that's where, well, Drake has the capital to build that infrastructure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not every artist has that though. You know, like Russ grinded it out, and I just continue to bring him up because he's probably one of the most like aligned examples of guys that like you don't understand really like why he sells out stadiums if you're just seeing it from the surface. But if you really look and connect to what he's done and built and the type of connection he has with his crowd or demographic, he's knocked it like out the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it definitely comes down to, well, it comes down to your relationships. Now, if I'm a rapper and, you know, it doesn't matter where I grew up or what I went through, but if let's say I didn't go to school with some kids that were into marketing and just love the bat stuff that happened behind the scenes, if I did know those kids, then I can say, hey, I want to be a rapper. I want to do X, Y, and Z. You sound like you know what you're doing. Come up with me. Go to school, do what you got to do, but, you know, stay in my corner. So when I blow up, I got you, as opposed to me putting out a hit single, then the labels reaching out to me, and then I got the labels, but the labels always don't have your best interests. I think it just depends on the artist. I don't know how Russ came up. We know how Drake came up. We know, we probably all venture to say that if Drake didn't have Young Money or Cash Money, he'd be doing okay, right? He'd be doing all right because he had such a big buzz. I'm sure Wayne still would have co-signed and be like, yo, he didn't want to sign with us, but you got to fuck with this dude. There's talent there, you know?
Well, that's what I was going to say, that think about it, is Drake without that co-sign? If he never signed, if he actually came up independent, is Drake? Because as you use Russ as an example, do any of y'all listen to Russ?
Not really.
I mean, and I'm not saying that to shit on him, but just realistically, without a label, you're not getting that global exposure. You're not reaching every demographic. And if you don't get a cosign, you're not gonna be seen by these different groups that aren't seeing you. So it hurts you to not be with the label. And even if Drake, like Rell said, you know, he leaves and does his own thing, yeah, Drake can do that at this point in time. But if Drake came up on his own, straight from the ground like Nipsey, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if Drake is that big. And is Nipsey where he is without people still saying, like, hey, we like what you're doing.
Yeah.
We see what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, at some point in time, you're going to be involved. And I don't know if there's a industry without that side of it. You know what I mean? In some capacity.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to say that Russ is not global, because Russ is big. We may not in this room listen to Russ, but from what I know of Russ and his stardom, how big his stardom is, it's huge. Like,
I mean, he's selling out Staples Center.
Yeah, he's a known.
Like, that's
for someone. Yeah, from someone who came up as independent, he's big. Like, he's big time. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this: like, and you guys are involved with your own label. Like, what does a split even look like with a major label? Do you know what that looks like?
What do you mean, like the split for?
Like, what percentages are you getting? What are you getting paid? Like,
I mean that it all depends. It all depends. Like, it could
depends on the deal, right?
It depends on the deal. It depends on, as an artist, what are you bringing to the table?
And that's where hypothetically, where you can say, like, you know, you said that it might hurt Russ not to be with the label, but the reality is, like, he probably only needs, you know, a quarter of the sales to do what he would do with a label financially. That's where I'm saying, as long as your ego doesn't get hurt when you're looking at, okay, like if you're comparing Russ to Drake, like, they're different machines behind them. You know what I mean? And so, but also Drake's overhead is probably 10, 20, 30 times higher than Russ's.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're making half the money, but you're spending up 10%, then mathematically you're going to do just fine. Same with, like, Nip, right? Like, when he was selling his mixtapes and he was selling for $100 out the trunk.
Going crazy.
Like, yo, like, it's different. It's a different math when you're keeping 100% of your profit, and that's going to your pocket.
Yeah.
It's quicker to get $1 million. There's great videos of Ryan Leslie recently when he's doing interviews and explaining how he's making more money now doing his own thing and collecting phone numbers and texting people and, like, finding a way to just be able to keep more money in his pocket versus splitting it up with other people.
Yeah. I mean, it correlates the same way when we talked about agencies and DJs. DJs doing their own thing and DJs going to an agency.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It has pros and cons to each of them. You know what I mean? I look at agencies as DJs like, fuck it, I can't get to a certain point. I've reached the ceiling at whatever, and I want to use this agency to expand a little bit more.
Well, and we can get into that too, because that definitely connects with our audience. But just looking it up, artists will typically range from 13% to over 20% of a split. And when you're working with an indie label, it's like 50-50.
Yeah, and that's through what? Through sales, merch, everything, like across the board? Like it didn't get into detail about that?
Didn't get into detail, but that's the split on top of a big payout.
Yeah, you get your advance or whatever.
Yeah, on top of the album advances.
And you control your expenses. Like labels, I mean, again, don't know the experiences, but I've heard of so many things being thrown on your bill that they're like, oh, did you want this kind of water? Well, guess what? Like, even though it costs them $20 to get the case of water, they're charging you $50.
Yeah.
Easily.
You know, like there's no way for you to reconcile that stuff if the big heads are in charge of it.
Well, let's look at this example. Jack Harlow, who we'll definitely talk about later or next pod. Let's say Jack Harlow has this new single called What's Poppin', and it's poppin'. Now,
which he does.
If he doesn't sign, I'm assuming he signed it with a label. If he doesn't sign it with the label, can he get Tory, Wayne, and what was it, Lil Baby? Can he get all three of them on that remix?
Yeah, if the song itself has the outcome that it has and the results it has, absolutely.
Drake jumps on every
Drake jumps on everything.
Underground guy, right?
Migos, Black Boy beat, you know what I mean? Like
but there could be a deep relationship there. Like those relationships go way back, and it's like now it's the Migos time. So through friends in the industry, through labels, I think through a lot of things, it's like, yo, they got one now, and we're about to push the shit out of them. We need you on the track. Here's whatever, 50 racks to get on this track and help them blow up.
I think Drake just jumps on shit.
That was off GP. Yeah, all these records, he just does it. Because
you got to think about it. When Drake hopped on these records were already making a bubble, right? Black Boy track was making a bubble. Migos tracks was making, what was it Migos track that he jumped on? Versace. It was making some noise. So he's like, I fucks with this song. Yo, let me get on the verse. Yeah. And it just took that track to a whole nother level.
I think it was a freestyle, really. And
was it? I don't remember.
I could repeat some words.
That's what I'm saying. I think to answer your question again, I think if the track has the results that it's have without the label, like it's making noise, it's getting radio play, you know what I mean? It's getting spin in the club, wherever, across the board, and it's a pretty popular song. I think without a doubt, you can get major artists on a remix. Right. You know what I mean? Without a label, without having a relationship with or utilizing a label that has a relationship with these major artists.
Yeah, I'm in favor of these artists going independent, doing their own thing, but I do think there are some artists that need a label and they need to be structured like the prototypical, artist that comes through a label system. But I will say that moving forward, the way artists have to move is, and this is where it can get tricky. You have to build your relationships. Mm-hmm. You got to have the right people in your corner. Creatives, all they want to do is create. They don't want to send to me like, I got to go out and network. They're pushed to do it regardless, but they just want to rap. They just want to make music. They just want to produce. So you definitely need a team of some sort, your friends, people that believe in you, whatever, 2, 3 people, whatever it is, that are smart enough to point you in the right direction. So you can just go, okay, cool. A manager, someone to just guide you to, in the right direction. And taking it back to DJs, I think, well, let's say Drake definitely doesn't need an agency. A lot of these agencies, a lot of these artists, big names, don't need agencies. And moving forward, DJs don't need agencies. At least that's what I think, because it's all about relationships. Like I was just talking, Karma said something on Twitter about booking cool people that are good DJs. And I agreed. I said, yeah, moving forward, that's the energy with these bookers. Do I know you? Are you cool? And are you solid? Let's work. They're not trying to book the overpaid douchebag that doesn't give 2 shits and literally can't sell a ticket on his own or her own. At them? Well, hold on, I get a list.
It's not that kind of podcast.
He really does have a list, though.
I keep a list of guys I don't like.
What's that, Billy DJs. Madison?
Yeah. Just crossing them off the list. No, it's cool, man.
That's cool. We're good.
DJ Bleep is cool. But yeah, it comes down to your relationships. It comes down to who you have in your corner. If it's just you and a manager and your manager knows the game, then you'll probably do all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I agree.
Agreed. It just comes down to the type of artist, right? Like, do they have that hustle? Not everybody likes that.
Right.
Some guys are antisocial.
Right,
you
right,
know? Roddy Ricch probably needs somebody to like run up
most
his
of these,
shows.
And
he doesn't want to deal with nobody.
To his defense, he's 21 years old. These young kids don't even know what to do or how to interact with people. So they need someone in their corner.
It just comes down to personality, right? Like, can you have those difficult conversations, or like when you have to uphold your brand? Like, I mean, I'm fucking, I don't know. When I'm talking to people about stuff, sometimes I'm too nice and like, I'm like, like, all right, like, fine, like, but sometimes you need that buffer,
Yeah.
I always bring up the shop because that's really my main experiences other than DJing right now. But 90% of the time, I always tell the staff, like, yo, the owner's not here, because it's just easier for situations with, like, let's say celebrities or artists, and they're going to go, oh, if I post, like, do I get a discount? And it's just like, pretend I don't exist. Because that's just the easier way to deal with it, and they'll respect the company before they're going to try and like ask me personally. And then if I say no, then I disrespected them, right? Like, it's
in Mag Park ain't shit,
right? Essentially,
yeah.
And so you run that like fine line. So you got to just like, I don't know.
The one thing I think the agencies have leverage on is if you're an up and coming artist and you say, hey, you want to hit me up to book the Chainsmokers, cool, but you got to have this up and coming guy open. You got to give him X amount, and he has to be a part of the Chainsmokers, tour as an opener. Or fine, I'll book the Chainsmokers for 100,000 less, but I need you to let like 5 of these artists, producer, DJs perform at every one of your venues or whatever, every one of your festivals.
Does that backfire on someone like on the agency or the label if Chainsmoker goes, I don't want these guys opening for me because I don't vibe with them, or
I'm sure,
I don't like their music?
I'm sure the agency would have that in their
in their contract
to know better than to like put something that would risk their high talent.
Well, I'll keep it a buck with you. Before I joined LMFAO, they had Mood Swing had someone forced into open for them at their shows. And when Red Food caught on, he told Ian, he said, yo, tell him to stop doing that shit because this dude ain't delivering and he ain't the right guy for that slot. So Mood Swing had to oblige and take the guy out of the rotation. So I definitely think, because, as a headliner, you want to be set up right. But I do like the idea of all these guys going independent, because it'll expose a lot of guys, especially the 10K EDM guys that have one hit, and you're expecting them to push a lot of tickets, which is why you would book them, and then you're gonna realize these guys don't push tickets for shit, and people are coming out regardless. So it's like I was talking to Randy about that. He's like, yeah, I don't pay for those dudes that have a smash on Spotify. One, because there could have been a smash because of the farming system to keep that song in rotation. 2, you could have bought a lot of it. There's like a handful of different things. And 3, when the last time I booked them, they didn't sell tickets. So why would I bring them out? Why would I pay them $10K and do that again? I'm in a position to say no to those guys because I have hundreds of DJs that'll do a much better job at a significantly lower rate, but still give them a respectable amount.
They're still winning though because they got that first gig. I think the decision of doing it another time is heavily skewed towards the fact that they didn't sell tickets more than it is about those other things, because those other things will still get you through the door. How you perform is what keeps you in the door.
Exactly. It's like smashing a chicken and she dogs you and you like, well, I still smashed.
Excellent example.
DJ Rell is flowers.
So
now you're talking.
I think we're all on the same page that people just need to go independent and have people in your corner that know what they're doing. And if you plan on making a career of this, shit, man, read a book.
Yeah,
figure this shit out for yourself.
Have people in your circle read a book too.
Because artists and DJs will separate themselves from the rest when they can tell the manager or the people in their corner, this is where you're doing wrong. This is what I know works. And now you're teaching them as they go so they can put you in the best place as they're being creative at the same time.
Well said.
Yeah. So, Rell, something floated across my feed and I wanted to see if you wanted to play with me.
Whoa. Pause.
No, let's see where this goes. I'm interested.
Somebody posted a battle between Pac and Biggie, a versus battle.
Ooh, a versus.
You being from New York and who has a favorite rapper by the name of Notorious B.I.G. Me being from the West Coast and I'm a Pac fan. I'm not
more of an Ice Cube fan, but you like
more
you
of a Cube fan, but you know I definitely respect Pac and
that's like me. I prefer Jay, but I am a big fan. Yeah.
There it is. So I would like to know if you would like to go toe to toe with me in this versus battle of Pac and Biggie.
Let's go. Now let's set the parameters for this.
Okay.
Now, are we talking which one was a hit? Or are we talking about which song we felt is better?
I'd say it would have to be which song was more of a hit.
Okay, so those are the parameters.
That's the parameters
that we're going with.
Okay, is Miki the tiebreaker? Because if you guys
you or Miki can be the tiebreaker.
Okay.
So what was it be?
Just spreading out my leverage, huh?
Well,
okay, Miki will be the tiebreaker.
Already knows.
If we're talking about,
Miki wants to see me lose, so you want to see me lose too.
That's what I'm saying.
We might have to make Erica the tiebreaker because she doesn't know me well enough to want me to lose.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna make this easy because if you're talking about just hits, let's be real. Like Pac had more hits.
Well, let's go through it. Let's go through it.
Okay, look, I will do this. In all honesty, Scout's honor, I will do my best when it comes down to two songs that are on the what you call it in the middle, huh?
On the cusp.
On the cusp, yeah.
Cusp.
I will do my best. We
could do this. Let's say
fair.
We could say which song had the bigger impact on the industry.
Okay,
we'll say that.
Okay,
and we're gonna go based on their lineup. We're not gonna have.
Yeah, we're not gonna mix and match.
Select what you think.
Yeah. We're not. We're not choosing these songs. These songs were already selected.
We're not getting paid enough for that kind of analysis on this podcast.
Yeah.
Not yet.
These songs were already selected.
Get it right.
All right. So round one, California Love versus Going Back to Cali.
California Love, off rip.
Okay.
I love that.
Wait, hold on. Let's keep it count. Sean, keep count.
Wait.
Do something.
Do something.
And you play California Love anywhere, it's going off. Anywhere in this world, it's going off.
I got to actually say.
What song do you like more?
What song do I like more? I don't know.
Let me tell you this.
I can't say unfair, bro.
Without Pac, there's no Going Back to Cali.
Ooh.
Touche.
Valid. He came ready for this.
Okay. No, I didn't. That's off top.
You did. You stretched out.
You stretched out. He did.
He took his warm up.
But back to your California Love statement about you can play anywhere. I won't say exactly where because you can narrow this down. Somewhere on the East Coast, someone played California Love and got pulled and was never brought back because people are looking at him like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you playing this shit?"
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. All right, we'll tell you after.
Yeah.
All right, round two. Dear Mama versus Miss You. Dear Mama.
Dear Mama was the bigger song, yeah. If you're asking me what song I like better, I Miss You.
Sean, you keep track?
Yeah.
2-0. Hit 'em Up versus Who Shot You.
Who Shot You? Let's not even go there, bro. You know it. And the only reason why Who Shot You?
Why?
The only reason why Who Shot You was a better song because it wasn't a diss song.
Yeah.
It wasn't a diss song, and everyone made it seem like it. Hit 'em Up was made for a diss song. Like it was a it was a response. It was a response to a song that wasn't a diss song. You know what I'm saying? So he took a song that wasn't.
Actually, I think Who Shot You was made before Hit 'em Up came out. Who Shot You was made and produced before Hit 'em Up came out, and everyone made it about. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I heard that. Regardless, I'm with Who Shot You.
All right, we'll go there. You're right. I don't know for sure which one came out for one, but yeah.
There's different stories. Yeah. There's your story and there's what I just said. All right, so 2-1.
This nigga.
What? I'm saying there's two different stories to it.
It's my story and then there's whatever I said.
There's my story and then there's the fib.
I said it's your story and whatever I said.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't mean like there's my story and whatever I said, like your story and shit.
Okay,
right.
so who shot you? 2-1.
2-1. I Get Around versus Player Anthem. Posse cut. I Get Around.
That's a tough.
That's a tough one though, because Players Anthem.
That's the joint.
That's
That shit hits.
fuck. That's a hit, bro. That's a hit.
I Get Around's a hit and it did numbers.
I Get Around is my favorite Tupac song. So
I mean,
Is it now, Sean?
that's my favorite. I Get Around is my favorite Tupac song, so I can't like. I think those two balance each other out. I'm not gonna lie. If you really think about it, because those
Tie.
again, we're talking about the impact it had on the industry.
I go tie.
Right?
okay, but there can be like 10 ties.
If we're talking hits, I Get Around one now.
Okay.
If we're talking hits, I Get Around. So we can give it to Pac if we're talking hits.
I say 3-1. Pac.
All right. How Do You Want It versus Only You remix.
Only you.
Only You. Keep Your Head Up versus Sky's the Limit.
Sky's the limit.
Wait, that was a 4-2?
Look, man, Keep Your Head Up was such a heavy song. Like
it's
emotionally, it was a hit. It spoke to the women
3-2, right?
at a time where
4-1.
they were feeling down.
No.
Biggie got 2.
He
got Who Shot Ya and Only You.
And Only You.
3-2.
Only
3-2.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
And now we're
If
we're
there
on-
should be a tie, it should be Keep Your Head Up and Sky's the Limit.
All right, so we'll call that one a tie.
All right. I Ain't Mad at You. What's Beef?
I ain't mad at you. What's Beef is fucking amazing.
Wait, what did we do?
But,
We did a tie?
We did a tie for
did a
Sky's
tie
the
for the last
Limit.
one.
Keep Your Head Up.
Okay.
What's Beef is
So
fucking
3-2-1.
amazing, but again,
I Ain't Mad at You. Yeah, Pac just died.
yeah,
Shit was
I ain't
buzzing
mad at you.
hard.
Yeah, it's just we were talking about
Maybe he's still alive.
4-2-1.
All right. Ambitions as a writer. Kick in the Door.
Kick in the door, bro. What? Are you? No way. Listen, Ambition as a writer.
Ambitions as a writer is one of the hardest beats
I'm
that
gonna tell
Pac
you a
ever
quick story.
spit on.
I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I seen a nigga get run up
That
on.
shit is dark.
They blocked. These cats came through from another neighborhood, blocked the whole street off with their cars, got out the cars for one dude. It was 12 niggas and one dude, and they were all playing that same Pac song. This is in New York, bro, and they were playing that Tupac song. But
Yeah.
I'm still gonna give it to Kick in the
Wait,
Door.
in sync? Like in each
They were all playing in sync. Like,
Ready, guys?
They all
And play.
played that. They all played.
that's
And a
more-
1 and
Like-
a 2.
I'm not even impressed that they were surrounding the person. I'm impressed that they were able to play the
They
song
all
at the
got
same
out the
time.
car. They had bats and shit, and they ran up to this. And the reason why I know is because they ran up to his girl's, the kid that they were looking for. They ran up to his girl's house, and she lived next door to me. And I'm sitting outside like, oh shit, it's like a movie scene. But
5-2-1.
I'm gonna give it. So we decided that's just Pac.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 of America's Most. More Money, More Problems.
More Money, More
More
Problems.
Money.
5-3-1.
Me and My Girlfriend, Me and My Bitch. Look, man. Me and My Girlfriend. Jay-Z made a song off it. That's how strong it was. He didn't make a song about me and my bitch. He made a song about me and my girlfriend.
6-3-1.
Picture Me Rolling, Hypnotize.
6-4-1.
Temptations, Notorious Thugs.
Yep.
Against-
6-5-1. Slow down, man.
Okay, Against All Odds, Juicy.
6-6-1.
Yep.
All Eyes on Me, Unbelievable.
Wow,
7,
really? I didn't see you
Yeah.
picking that one.
6-7-1.
I didn't see you picking that one. Okay.
Look at the comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brenda's Got a Baby. I got Storytell. Brenda. I Got a Story to Tell, but look.
Got a baby. That's a sad.
I
song.
think you know what? In
It's-
my opinion, those are just two. Those songs don't.
I got a
match.
joke for
They
it, but I'm
don't-
not
Yeah,
gonna say
they
it.
don't match up well with each other.
Just gonna stay
But
out of
again,
this.
the impact and the bigger song would be Brenda. But I personally would pick I Got a Story to Tell.
So 7-7-1.
To Live and Die in LA versus Big Papa.
Big Papa.
Papa. 7-8-1.
So Many Tears, 10 Crack Commandments.
10 Crack
No,
Commandments.
I so many tears.
10
That shit's
crack
too heavy. Look, man,
commandments.
Tupac will put out songs that are so fucking heavy that no matter what they're up against, you got to give them a third, fourth, and fifth look. Like that's just how heavy. This is one of those songs. Cry So Many Tears is one of those songs that it's just a heavy. From the beat to the lyrics.
10 Crack
10 Crack Commandments. We don't even need to explain.
All right, 10 Crack Commandments.
7-9-1.
I tried. Me Against the World versus Warning.
Warning.
7-10-1.
I Got My Mind Made Up. I Love the Dough. I Got My Mind Made Up.
I'll give you that one.
I don't even know why they put those two in.
8-9-1.
Hail Mary versus One More
Hail
Chance
Mary.
remix. Hail Mary.
One More Chance remix, bro. Are you
this is what it comes down to.
No.
This is what it comes down to.
This is the darkest shit this man has
Hail
ever
Mary
done.
is-
Because of this song,
There's- I get
conspiracies
around-
were flying crazy.
For me, I get around Hail Mary. Top 2 favorite Pac songs of mine personally. If we're talking about the impact and we're talking about hits, you telling me
Hail Mary.
Yeah, Hail
look,
Mary.
look. I like to think One More Chance original had more of an impact than the remix. Now the remix was dope for us hip hop heads that just like the gutter shit and wear Timberlands
Look
and
up the
whatever.
numbers, Mike.
No, well, let Mickey be the tiebreaker because he didn't
Look
say
up the
it.
numbers, Mike.
Wait,
This is the darkest
I'm
shit
confused
any
to why
artist has
I'm at
ever put out. Hail
991 or
Mary.
Wait,
891.
hold on, okay,
or-
what you got? Let me see.
I think I'm like 891. That doesn't even make sense because this is number 20.
Nah, yeah, I think Big already got 10.
Come on, guys, you had one job.
Yup.
Yeah?
Big got 10.
Oh, so it's 8-10-1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it doesn't matter. Just give it a Pac.
Fuck it. Pac-
9-10-1.
Yeah.
Biggie still won.
All right.
Yeah.
Biggie won.
I mean, it wasn't like, come on, man. When you put arguably two of the greatest MCs in our generation ever to live, you're going to get a close matchup. And you can't be mad at anyone saying either one of them won. Oh, I got Pac.
Okay, so hold on, real quick.
Facts.
If you swap out Me Against the World for Changes Against Warning, does that change anything for you?
Say that again.
Wait.
If you swap out Me Against the World, because we gave it to Warning,
Yup.
but if you swap out Me Against the World with Changes, does that change the outcome?
There are actually like 3 tracks I would swap out with Pour Out a Little Liquor, When My Homies Call, which is like the first big Pac hit outside of Brenda, and Holler If You Hear Me.
That's a very much
Above the
you
rim.
answer.
I mean, come on.
That's a very much. I mean,
Again, we're talking hits, Joe.
No, those are hits.
if you're driving around with a 15-inch Sherwin Vega in the back of your trunk, that's definitely what you're gonna play.
Yeah.
But that's not like, I don't think that's the one that's gonna sway.
Holler If You Hear Me was a single.
Okay.
When My Homies Call was a single, I believe off the first album. Those are, I mean, at least When My Homies Call is a huge Pac single. Now, why you wouldn't have that, even if they are just Joe songs, why would you have that over Temptations or Against All Odds or I Got My Mind Made Up? Like
I feel like there's not much you could have put against Notorious. I'm talking simply off the competitive side of it.
I think Changes.
I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
I think Changes holds.
The Changes was a global fucking smash. Like
big impact.
Yeah, it was
huge impact.
I think it gives it a run. I think it gives Warning a run for his money. If it doesn't win, it definitely gives him a run for his money.
Yeah, that's
so.
fair.
I think it's a better song to put up against it. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, at first glance, I thought Biggie had the stronger list in the comparison. And then going through it with you guys, I'm like, oh, Tupac actually.
I mean, I'm thinking, when we first started talking, when you guys brought it up, and I'm thinking, all right, if we talking hits, Pac got it.
Mm-hmm.
You can, like I said, at the end of the day, you can go anywhere. Like, we were talking about Drake a couple of pods ago. You can go anywhere in the world and you go, you know who Tupac is? Yeah, I know who Tupac is.
Still, to this
day, you can go in parts of the world and people may not know who Biggie is. You know what I'm saying? Biggie was straight street shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
he had
I
a couple
wouldn't
of
slide
R&B.
Biggie that.
I wouldn't
like
say,
that.
no, again, I'm not saying it like, but
It's
Pac
just
is
what
known.
Pac was like. This is why I think a lot of people think Pac is one of the best without even really knowing Pac's catalog, is because of how outspoken he was, because he was a very colorful individual. He was the first one, not the first, he was the second one to be so vocal and so just outlandish and flamboyant about what he stood for, which translated with people that wanted to stand for something. So when he passes away, it's even amplified. Whereas Biggie was just like more in the cut, just killing it with whatever he had. Pac stood for something and made sure he was seen standing for something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He put himself in that limelight. Every rapper from that point on took a page out of Pac's notebook.
I agree 100.
And made it their own.
But
that's why Pac is bigger than Biggie.
Yeah,
I don't think it's because of his music.
But it made an impact on his music because of that. You know what I'm saying? You have to take that into consideration when you're making these judgments.
Yeah.
If you're saying hits, even the marketing behind all these songs were because of the activist that he was and just the noise that he made as a person in this industry, in this world. It still impacted his music. So that's what made his music so global. You know what I mean? Biggie didn't do that. So that's why I'm like, you can't You can't compare it off of hits. If we're saying hits, I'm going to give it to Pac because you could, like you guys said, you can trade a lot of those songs out that Pac, they chose for Pac and switch them out for songs. Changes is not even on there.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm going to get at
it. It wasn't like a perfect list, but it wasn't a bad list.
It wasn't bad at all. But if we're saying for the hip hop scene, like Arab, well, I'm going to give it to Biggie all day.
But I'm going to guess that the guys from the East Coast, just saying.
I'm going to just give it to Biggie all day.
You slided him on changes? Like, come on, man. He's going to take off a jab right there.
Yeah.
We say all that, though, because those are our hypothetical ones, and there's some great hypothetical verses. But we do have a real verses coming up.
Yeah, man. Listen.
Yeah, it seems like Rick Ross is getting more love than Chainz at this point.
And I am disgusted by the disrespect that people are giving to 2 Chainz. Like, I am appalled. Like, for real. Like, I can't believe, again, I'm not saying that Ross is not going to win, but people are making it seem like it's going to be an easy one. Like, why did they even make this match up for Ross? And I'm like, wait, what? Did y'all forget about 2 Chainz could play that True Religion tape front to back?
Yeah.
And it's over. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm with Chainz on this. I don't know if he'll win, but it comes down to how he plays his cards. You know, like Jadakiss was smart. So it comes down to how, is this going to be a celebration or is he going to actually try and compete? What I will say, though, and I didn't realize it until right before they mentioned it on the JBP, when we were watching DMX and Snoop, I'm like, this is really organized, and they had to have figured this out beforehand. Yeah. It's like they battled beforehand, said, all right, this is the verdict, this is what we're rolling with. And it was much smoother because you didn't see Snoop going, the Battle Cat, play this. No, do this instead. But you saw Fabulous going to the back and doing that. So it was smart for Swizz, Timbaland, whoever arranged it, have a battle before the battle. Let's figure out what we're going to play. And that'll make for a smoother transition.
I think just the guys that care more prepare. Like the guys that don't, like, and who think they just got it. Like Jadakiss said, he was prepared. Like he was ready.
Yeah.
Made it happen.
I think the versus itself is just evolving. You know, you guys see it. Like they decided, all right, we're not going to do the IG from different places because of Wi-Fi issues and all that. Right. So after the Beanie Man and Bounty Killer one, right? And they were in the same room. Right. They ran with that idea. They were like, yo, we're gonna put them in the same room so we don't have no issues with audio or anything like that or Wi-Fi. And then obviously the Jadakiss and Fabulous one when what Joe spoke on, with the Fabulous being like, Booth, play a song.
What you got coming up? What you got coming up? You should know.
Yeah, what are you picking for me?
What you picking? What you want me to play, bro?
Don't leave it up to your DJ.
Yeah, I'm here to just play the songs, not pick them. I'm not DJing right now. Like I'm not getting the crowd going.
Preparation.
Exactly. So I think it's evolving, and like you said, when the Snoop and the DMX one came, they were like, all right, we're not having that. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna go through the list of songs that you guys want to play, and then that's it. Even if they didn't actually have an actual battle, they definitely planned out what songs that they wanted to play.
And when it's planned out, you can just focus on celebrating, having a good time. Exactly. Like you didn't see anybody squirming. You didn't see anybody overthinking, what should I play next? It's like, all right, I know Snoop's going to play that and I'm going to jam out to it. Like there's nothing else to think about. Yeah. I'm focused on just having fun. I don't have to be concerned about what my next 5 tracks are going to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Man,
so I think that's cool.
I'm curious. I can't wait to see this one.
It's going to be a tie.
Think so? I think it's the closest matchup, but that's just me. I think this is closer than any of the I don't know much about Bounty Killer, but I think this is the closest matchup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is crazy.
This is home with 2 Chainz. I'm just saying it right here. I'm standing with him. I stand with Chainz.
We stand with Miki.
I love both of them.
I like both of them.
I can't pick.
Yeah, I don't want to choose. I think it's going to be a close one.
I just want to sit back and watch. This is one of those things where I don't want to be on Twitter. I just want to watch.
I can't, but you know what I'm saying? When we listen to JBP, they made some good points like, what is 2 Chainz going to respond when Ross plays like Diced Pineapples or Ashton Martin music?
Yeah, I want to be surprised. I don't want to try and figure this out.
Yeah, I'm not, you know what I mean? So I'm curious, but I know Chainz has got shit that I'm not even thinking about. You know
For sure. That's how it always is, right?
Yeah,
he had that
one.
I'm
like, damn, I forgot about this shit. So I'm ready, man.
And we apologize to the listeners if you're hearing this cricket on steroids.
There's a it's not the smoke detector.
I'm pretty sure they're having sex. It sounds like two of them.
They're gonna say, "Won't you tent your building?"
You guys heard that they're thinking about going back and doing producers again, or doing another one for producers, and they're talking about doing Mike Wilmade and DJ Mustard.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, I think we said that when we talked about which ones we would like to see. I think that was a matchup we said.
That was a good matchup for sure.
That would definitely be a great matchup.
That would shake things up like this morning, huh?
Bro, that earthquake?
Go.
Fam. Guys.
Can we just bring that up for 2 seconds?
Guys.
Living in LA?
Bro.
Guys.
First of all,
Joe, did your hard drive?
We got Erica Faye in the building, right? This was her, they
welcome to LA, by the way.
This was her first earthquake. You know what I'm saying?
Erica, can you step to the mic, please? Can you please tell us, as someone that's only lived in LA for like 3 months, can you tell us what this experience was like for you?
I was so terrified.
Huh?
I was so terrified, like literally dying.
Almost.
You okay? What happened? You woke up from the shaking.
Yeah, I was like half asleep.
What did Sean do? We want to see what kind of man Sean is. What did Sean do? Did Sean run to the closet and stand in between the doorway?
Sean went to go grab his shoes and walk out.
He said, "I know what I gotta do. I gotta get to a doorway.
Get yourself.
I gotta get to the bathroom."
It said, "Put the mask over your face and help others
In
after."
elementary school, they told us to get under the desk. I went straight to our desk and started hiding. Okay, what did Sean do?
No, I like grabbed him immediately and I was like, "Babe," and he was like, "What? What the fuck was that?" And that was it. He just went straight to sleep. I was like, "Babe, you have to get rid of insurance."
You're like, man, this is what I'm here for.
It's normal for us.
Right.
And how long did it take you to go back to sleep? Like, was your heart pounding?
Yeah,
you didn't know
I
what
was
just
like
happened?
full panic.
Because there was aftershocks. There was like 8 aftershocks.
Yeah, and it was like we felt too.
Like 3 times. Like I was.
And then there was another one like at 6 a.m.
Yeah, no, I was wondering like, is this normal? Does this always happen here? Or like, oh my gosh, I want to move.
Erica put together a whole outfit just in case you got to get out of here.
No, but I feel like it's like a normal thing because he wasn't even like scared. He like barely woke up.
Huh?
Yeah. It wasn't too bad,
Because it was close to y'all.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Pacoima. Shout out to Pacoima.
Jay Rose woke up like, what the fuck? I said, we're looking over here. We have a glass pitcher that sits on our on the top of our refrigerator, and it fell over and it shattered all over our kitchen.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Yeah, and it was the aftershock.
So you guys had that casualty.
So she was like, hey, all you heard was. She's like, babe, what was that? I said, it was probably one of the wine glasses in the sink or something. We did not get up to go look at it. That shit sat until we woke up.
Tell you what we did do is jump on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Twitter was popping.
Twitter.
4:30 in the morning.
I was like, what the fuck? Let me check Twitter real quick.
Right. That's what I did too.
Let me check Twitter. When I saw it, I was like, shh.
Twitter's the news.
Yeah. I'll go to Twitter before I go to CNN.
Let me tell you something. I went on ABC7, whatever, like the local station's website, and it was just a bunch of COVID shit. Like, no, I'm going to
that's
Twitter.
Your problem. You got to go to Twitter.
Going to Twitter, check out the trending
Ain't nobody
topics.
awake at 4:30 reporting shit.
Northridge 94 earthquake, slept through it.
No way.
Well, you were like
6.
Yeah.
I was old enough to be like...
That. Okay, let me give you an incredible comparison.
Okay.
You're a DJ, right? Okay. Have you ever had the music go out while you're DJing?
Yeah.
Okay. 30 seconds feels like a lifetime, right? Yeah. Okay, that's what the Northridge earthquake felt like. I forgot how long it was, but if it was 30 seconds, it was like it was never gonna end. And then there was like a ton of aftershocks that were just as hard as last night's earthquake after the big one. And so I think the Northridge earthquake was like
7.2.
It was, they said they marked it as 7.2, but rumor is it was significantly higher than that. And they marked it as 7.2 because insurance companies weren't going to cover if it was lower than whatever the number was. So 7.2, and if I'm an insurance company, I'm not going to cover you. Chimneys were cracked, like houses were fucked up. The 118 freeway not collapsed, but there was like a big gap.
No, there was a lot that fell apart.
And where Mickey and I grew up, we're like a mile or two from from Northridge.
Tops.
So yeah, that one was bananas. But let me tell you my experience.
Please.
Last night, shit starts shaking. Sam wakes up, screams, "Oh my God, I immediately throw my arm around Sam, and so we have the slide doors. We got the pocket doors.
You put her in the headlock.
Come on.
She died in the quake.
I got the pocket door, so when it shakes, they rattle like crazy.
Oh yeah.
And the dogs are barking at the doors because I don't know if they realize like the ground is shaking.
No,
but
they're barking at the fucking floor, man.
No, they're barking. They're looking at the doors and barking at the doors because it's making noise they've never heard before. That's the way I
yeah, our dogs barked too when the shit went off.
So I'm trying to, as you know, it happens. Like my heart was kind of racing. And then I'm just trying to figure out, because I've been through these types of aftershocks and earthquakes that are 4.0s or whatever. And the next, in the morning, a second one hits. And I immediately throw my arm around her, but she's sleeping. And because I touched her, she wakes up like, what's going on? And then that one was shorter, right? So then I wake up and I'm going through my morning process and I'm starting to realize it was Sam yelling out, "Oh my God," that startled me more than the earthquake. Because the way she screamed, it was like there was a shooter in the room. Yeah. And I was loud though. Like I know when I woke up, I was like, holy shit. Look, to this day, if there's an 18-wheeler that drives by my house, I pause.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was at first. I was like, it's just a truck. I was like, nah, it's 4:30 in the morning. Ain't no truck driving past us right now.
Nah, it's a small street.
But it crescendoed. You know what I mean?
It's like it's coming from far away, and then it just gets louder, and that's a traumatizing thing, man.
Yo, man, the whole house was rocking. I was like,
that was crazy.
Hey, in '94, we didn't have to go to school for a week. Remember that?
Yeah. Well,
we're from the East Coast, man. We got snow days, man.
I slept in the Mercedes, my dad's Mercedes, for 48 hours.
Yeah, we went to the car too.
Yeah,
well, man.
Twitter was cracking. That was fun.
I was just like, man, well, 2020, man. Can't get no worse.
At least you guys had company. I was just sitting there looking like, not throwing underwear on.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I went out and checked everything, made sure nothing fell. I went to my studio, put my laptop in my bag, zipped it up. And I was like, I ain't leaving this shit out. I don't need anything to fall on it.
That's right. I said, check the laptops.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
absolutely. I threw that shit in my book.
We
in
left
my
our
backpack.
laptops sitting on because we just streamed that night. So our laptops were still sitting on laptop stands. And I was like, oh, shit, I hope the laptops didn't fall over.
What time did you stop streaming? Like
at 1 a.m.? Yeah. 3 hours later, bro. Like literally. We probably fell asleep like around 2.
Yeah, I didn't go to sleep till like 3:50. So like I slept 30 minutes and I was like, what?
Yeah, I woke up and I was like,
when you woke up, yeah.
Like, what the
fuck?
My
God. And then I didn't know if I wanted to go back to sleep. I was like, should I be ready for something?
Yeah, it took a little minute to get back to sleep, but then we went back to sleep. And then we felt that second one that happened in like 6 a.m.
Well, that's the thing. Like for those that have never experienced an earthquake, if you can imagine, there's nothing you can do. So it's like, do I go to sleep? Like, well, what are you going to do? You going to stay up and hold the house up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you want to be like, you want to be able to apply yourself to your house. Because Sam's mom just asked me like 2 weeks ago, do you have earthquake insurance? I'm like, no.
The fuck
That's why I asked J. Rose that. I woke up and I said, we were making our coffee and shit. I said, babe, does our insurance cover earthquakes? And she was like, it damn sure it don't. I was like, motherfucking. I was like, yo, California be getting you, man.
Expensive.
Yeah.
But then it's like, it would probably pay off if there was ever an earthquake.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, but the good thing about these, for those that don't know, the good thing about these little earthquakes and aftershocks is it takes pressure off the plates. Mm-hmm. So when that quote unquote big one ever comes, it won't be as bad. But not too long ago, we had like a rolling earthquake. Do you remember that? It was like 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
It was rolling. So it's crazy how different they are. Yeah. This one felt jagged as fuck.
What was the magnitude of this one? Like 4.2? Something like that, yeah.
But it felt like
it felt heavy.
It felt like a 5+.
That's the heaviest I felt it living in that house. I've lived there for 6 years. That's the heaviest I felt it.
Yeah.
There was one in 2014 that was really, I remember because I literally just moved here and it was like, we had a chandelier in the house and it was like shaking and shit.
Yeah.
Welcome
Anyways,
to Los Angeles.
I will say this. I will take an earthquake over a guaranteed fucking tsunami. Hurricane, a tornado, a snowstorm,
twist. It's a twister.
All that shit. I will roll the dice and take my chances on an earthquake.
Yo, do yourself a favor. Go watch Dre Sinatra's post. He was
I was watching that shit. He was like,
he was streaming.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
It's an earthquake.
Dre is such a mellow, composed dude. Like he's so chill, right? But yo, watching him kind of like gather everything, like
it was almost like he was like holding his laptop and he was just like, "Oh shit, y'all felt that? It's an earthquake." But he was still mad, cool, like calm about it. And I'm
Mother
like,
Nature was like, "I'll give you a movie, Dre."
Yeah, man.
Movies.
I'm sick. Anyway.
All right. Speaking of shaking things up, Rell, I got a question for you. You know, you guys, I got a question for everybody.
Strong transition.
Who's at fault here? Jack Harlow or Lou Williams?
Explain the story.
Story is Lou Williams supposedly went to a strip club to get some chicken wings, and he Jack
Not
Harlow,
any chicken wing.
right? What was his name?
Magic City chicken wings.
I guess shout out to Magic City. We got people. I don't know.
They're the ones.
Any
boy.
girls? Anybody?
Never been.
So
Good Yelp reviews.
So Lou Williams allegedly stepped foot in there, hung out for a bit. Jack Harlow took a picture of them two there, saying you'll never guess where we're at. Posted it, immediately took it down, said it was an old picture, and then I guess evidence started coming out that Lou Williams was actually there during the quarantine. Yeah. He went out to Atlanta for a funeral, ended up at a strip club, which is the normal
because
story.
he was wearing a mask that
because
the NBA
he was wearing a
gave
mask
to
that the NBA gave to him while quarantining.
That's not fucking smart.
So who is at fault? Lou Williams for stepping out,
Both
breaking
of
the
those
rules?
fools are at fault. Lou shouldn't even been there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. If you were attending, like we don't know the details of the story. Like how do we know that this wasn't something that he was attending a funeral, right?
Right.
How do you know
what if
he
the funeral
wasn't?
was at a strip club?
I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it was at a strip club. I'm saying if he didn't go there with family members, like he didn't see family members in a minute, he was like, I still got a night out. I'll go hang out somewhere with my family members and go chill. We went to a strip club, whatever, In guy world, that's harmless. Like, all right, let's go to a strip club. Fuck it. You know what I mean? We've been to strip clubs with Mike.
Yeah.
And you got to give it to Jack. Jack Harlow, what the fuck you... Why? First of all, why are you taking pictures of this nigga in the strip club?
You can tell he's brand new at this.
Brand new. Man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You D'Angelo Russell and motherfucker. Like, and then you post the picture?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like,
yeah. There's etiquette when you're around celebrities, when you're around
this
stars.
guy code, bro. It's not
there's guy code and there's etiquette, especially during a quarantine. Like, people are dying from a disease. You know what I mean? And you got to keep in mind that it wouldn't be in anybody's best interest to post a picture.
Dumbass.
Like, you got to read the room.
Read the room.
It ain't the time for all that.
I don't think it's...
See, go ahead, Mike. Mickey wants to defend.
I'm not defending. I'm just saying, well, first of all, Lou was out of the bubble because he was going to a funeral.
Exactly.
And then he decided to go eat at a venue with a
restaurant.
With a high Yelp review and an A health grade. So... first of all, would he have been scrutinized if he had went to go eat chicken wings somewhere else?
Yep.
You think he still would have gotten...
Were they photographed without their mask at all?
I think they have a case if they wanted to make a big deal about it, because you are supposed to go from A to B.
So he could have gone to Waffle House, and you think he still would have been suspended? Or, he would have... during the rules, yes, you have to quarantine. But I'm saying, do you think they would have made such a big deal if he was photographed at Waffle House out of the bubble?
No, absolutely. We already know that. No.
They wouldn't have made a big deal, but if they wanted to still put that suspension on, because, again, there's a disease out there, I wouldn't be mad at that suspension.
Sure.
Because he has to quarantine. Now, if there's no disease out there,
but
you want to slap 10
if that's the case, why
wrong.
let him out to go to the funeral in the first place? The man's got to eat. You know what I'm saying? You could say the same thing. He was at a funeral with gatherers of, a large amount of people.
Yeah, and you don't know where those people are.
You don't know where those people are, so why let them go? You know what I'm saying? So
I just think the NBA felt like they were shitted on for this because, all right, we let you go to a funeral.
And you took advantage of it.
And you took advantage of us. So this is...
niggas are going to nig.
Where do people go more sometimes?
No, last night you said when I said I was defending, I was asking why is Lou Williams out? You said, "Oh, you're going to be that guy." Defend yourself.
Yeah,
defend yourself.
What do you mean?
React.
You're on the side of
Jack
of Jack in this.
Well, I think Jack did it for promo.
Sure.
That's just.
But
that's the side profile. You're saying he did something like he dry snitched in a sense, like without trying. But I think he did it for promo. I think it's marketing.
Yeah.
Like they're buddies.
That doesn't mean it's like it's okay.
Where he wants to go eat, he could go eat there.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters where he goes to eat. Like at the end of the day, like if he was photographed or whatever, like I'm saying, the NBA reacted the way they did because of the establishment, specifically the establishment. But again, I don't think Lou's at fault. Yeah, sure, you can pull the whole he has a responsibility and this and that, but like, they're stuck in this bubble. Like he's gonna go, somebody's hiding somebody's sneaking some girl into the bubble.
Yeah, absolutely. We know that. We're aware of that.
You think all them NBA players are going to go that many days without ejaculating?
All I know is what's right and what's wrong.
Listen,
people are dying. You shouldn't put yourself in that position, especially when you have hundreds of players that are doing the same thing and doing their best to stay. I'm not saying they're all innocent, but as far as we know, they're all doing the right thing and staying away from people and just sitting in the bubble and twiddling their fingers around.
That's what you see.
Right. Yeah. But I can only speak on what I know. Until all that shit comes out.
Yeah, Lou is stupid because he got caught.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. It's the same thing with men cheating. You stupid because you got caught.
The Netflix doc, The Bubble, 20 years from now.
That's like if D1 colleges.
That's 5 years.
It's like D1 colleges. They, damn well they're all, Duke's paying these guys, and this
that's
top 5 team is paying this. Like they're all paying them, but all we know is who's getting caught. Sure, they're all capable of doing some stupid shit, but as far as we know, these are the guys that are getting caught or that are a little bit more sloppier than the others.
Who cares?
So you got to do what you got to do with them.
Yeah, make sure to go watch The Scheme if you're the college basketball.
That's right. I haven't checked.
Yeah, man. I mean,
you haven't seen that?
No.
Oh, to end it all, man. I think they both got to take responsibility. I think Jack got to take. Jack got to take a little bit more fault than Lou, but
you can tell Jack from the suburbs.
Yeah. Isn't he Jewish?
Probably, man.
Curly hair motherfucker.
And then he wears a Lou Williams jersey like after it.
Hey, I stand with that. That's genius.
I mean, if he
trolling at his finest.
If he did it for marketing, if he did it for promo or whatever, it's dumb and good at the same time. You know what I mean? Like,
well, we all know he passed that bitch like Stockton.
All
right. Are we done here?
I think we're done here.
We're done here. All right.
We'll save some things for later. Next week.
Yeah. Shout out to the Dodgers. Shout out to Joe Kelly. Free Joe Kelly.
Free Joe Kelly.
Man.
I got one more thing to say about that. I see Astro fans. Now, this is for our baseball correspondent. Yeah, this is for our sports listeners out there. I see Astro fans getting bitter about all the hate directed towards the Astros.
For what?
You got to understand.
You deserve that shit.
You got this big L coming for another 650 plus games. You got to sit here and take this shit.
Take that shit.
You can't be mad at anybody. You sound privileged if you're getting upset. You sound like a weenie.
Yeah, Playboy.
You got
a weenie.
Playboy. You got to sit here and take these L's. You can't be upset at anybody talking shit, and you just got to sit and take it. If the tables were turned, I'd say, you know what? Do what you got to do to the Dodgers. I get it. These motherfuckers deserve it.
They deserve it.
Yeah. I'm a fan, but hopefully they're smarter in the future. And like, what are you gonna do when the Yankees come out? When the evidence on them comes out about stealing signs? It's coming out soon. What are you gonna do?
We're gonna take the L. We got to
take those L's. Take those lumps. Keep it moving.
And we're gonna take these championships with us.
That's it. That's all you can do.
We give a fuck. Like, let's go. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
I'm still wearing the ring.
27 rings.
Kiss the rings, bitches. Shit.
Go Dodgers.
Go Dodgers.
Go Years.
All right. Globalization mixes. We just had Raffi Pryor. Miami, Philly, Rockwell Entertainment. Shout out to him and all those people out there. And up next, we got Jenna Red.
Yeah. LA
in the house. She spent a little time in New York.
Raffi Pryor's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is for next week.
Oh, did I just do that again?
Do it again.
No. Who did we have the week before? We just had Jason.
Jason Wise.
Yes.
We did Raffi.
Jason Wise.
We did Raffi already.
That's right. If you listen this deep, you know Jenna Red got a mix coming out.
Okay, sure. Now,
but shout out to Jason Weiss.
Yeah, shout out to Jason Weiss.
I will say that Hefe was listening to his mix and he gave raving reviews. So shout out to him.
There you go.
And shout out to Double Down again, of course.
Of course.
New Kids on the Block. Make sure you listen to them at 8 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, I'll catch the replay. Where's the replay?
On Friday. But you know, it's actually what I've been utilizing in the Globalization app is you can go back up to 5 hours and listen to whatever you missed.
Oh, dope.
You can't skim within the hour you go back on, but you can go back an hour.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever. Up
Don't
to
you
5.
got a mix coming up with those guys?
Yeah. Well, when this airs, it'll already be out.
All right.
So
well, if you haven't heard it, go back and listen to it.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be on Double Down SoundCloud. Sack Noel and myself. And up next, we have Rafi Pryor. I just gave his resume, so shout out to him. And we are done here.
Are we? Oh, yeah, we're done.
We're done. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Oh, we didn't announce a winner.
Yeah. Did we pick one?
Did we pick one?
Can we just pick one now?
We could pick one.
Yeah, check the...
Are we just randomly picking one?
Randomly
How many did we get? I'm just curious.
We got a couple. And they were just supposed to...
Say more than a couple, bro. It makes us look bad.
They were just supposed to...
just add 100 to however many we got.
Yeah, I know, right? They were just supposed to repost it, right?
Yeah. And shout out to all those guys that were listening that knew what the deal was. Basically, if you reposted the episode, you were thrown in a raffle to win $75 worth of merch from Mag Park. Shout out to MikiWAR for supplying the merch, the Mag Park merch.
It's like one t-shirt.
Okay. One t-shirt for $75. I believe it.
I believe it.
For resale, yeah.
Yeah.
For resale purposes.
Yeah, we got a nice amount. We got a nice amount.
Just here. Let me just put my finger on your phone and whatever.
Hey, yo.
Pause, man.
See, when did you refer your phone as anything disgusting?
Okay, this one is Alfredo Garcia.
Hey, Alfredo Garcia.
At DJ... Let me see if I'm spelling it right. MITICHE.
MIT.
Yep.
CH.
I don't want to fuck up nobody's name, so...
Well, Alfredo, congratulations.
That's nosy.
Is it?
That's, in Spanish.
Metiche?
Yeah.
Metiche.
I thought it was something else. It's not
Metiche.
No, not cochino. It's chismoso, isn't it?
No, that's gossip.
Oh, they going hand in hand.
It is.
Yeah.
Metiche.
Right.
I thought you were going to say like he teaches.
No, metiche,
What do you teach?
What do you teach, Alfredo?
DJ Metiche.
DJ Metiche.
Yeah, he was.
Right.
Believe it or not, that's funny. He was like one of the first ones to repost it too.
Oh shit!
Joe got a long finger.
You know what? Laws of attraction worked in his favor, man. It was meant to be.
Yeah, it did. There you go.
All right, and Mickey did say on the last episode that maybe we'll get to raffling off some shoes.
Yeah, one day.
One day.
He said one day. Not today.
Not this episode. Stay tuned.
Okay, yeah. So make sure you guys stay locked in for a free pair of shoes, if anything. All right, we're out of here.
Are we shaking?
See, it's.
No, man. That's just.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
You got vertigo or some shit.
Adam, you doing jumping jacks?
Wow. Oh, that's fucked up.
I said I fell off the bed this morning. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, he did say that.
I tweeted that.
He did say that.
I said, my bad. I rolled out the bed and fell.
I thought you were serious. Like, wait, you did not just roll out the bed from an earthquake? It was not that strong, Mickey. Oh, God. Tuck and roll.
Roll, bitch.
All right. We're out of here.
Wale's tweet was the best.
What was his
He
tweet?
goes, my house was like, and then put a gif of a guy in Harlem shaking.
Yeah, that's an earthquake. If you don't know what an earthquake feels like, just Harlem Shake.
Yo, some of those tweets this morning were amazing.
Yeah.